Did Edwin...
I really hope he didn't clank the clanker.
I've been asked many questions on this channel, some good, some not, but out of all of them,
Smash a passive YouTuber.
But out of all of them, did Edwin smash the Mimic is by far the most common.
Wait, is this guy a girl?
Secret of the Mimic or
wait, is this a femboy?
Surface, it is quite a fun
Is this femboy or a trans woman?
I should also probably say now that I am not touching the books, and I'm only strictly referring to the games in this video, specifically the Secret of the Mimic. So if there's something I say that contradicts the books, just know I'm not talking about them. This particular question is related specifically to Mimic 1, and since the game is kinda new, I'll give you a quick summary before our dissection. Edwin and this
chick Fiona was spoil the game because I've never seen a gameplay video of
Edwin
this.
was the enthusiastic tinkerer who was often too creative for his own good, and Fiona was his anchor and kept him somewhat grounded. Flash forward,
she didn't do that well, did she?
Randomly dies at Fall Fest. So Edwin decides he's not gonna stand for this and simply builds a new wife using her voice and various tapes he had of her. And
what the
fudge? This turned out perfectly. Fiona was essentially back from the dead, back to giving him advice, comforting him, cooking and baking cakes, helping raise David, which is their child, and basically being his wife.
Okay, I can see the question now.
This theory hinges on is how much of a wife was the Mimic. I mean, think about it. If she basically raised his kid, celebrated birthdays with Edwin and David, was literally
he just banged a robot,
dead wife, and sounded identical to her, why wouldn't Edwin, you know, go all the way? There's no evidence to suggest Edwin ever saw other women, so did they smash? It was only after David died that Edwin rejected M1 and realized, yeah, this isn't really my wife and I'm really stupid. And while many of you could say Edwin was too busy working on stuff to bother smashing the Mimic, well, I hate to break it to you, but after Edwin's dad dies and gives Edwin the company, which would realistically be an incredibly busy time for Edwin as he's adjusting, Edwin still found time to rizz up and smash Fiona. Yes, Edwin was a workaholic, and William and Henry breathing down his neck definitely didn't make things easier for him. He still slept, and he still had at least some family time. You're telling me a man who can make damn near anything and has no moral compass is settling for lotion and tissue after his wife died? Very unlikely.
Fair enough.
Many of you could say, oh, but ultimatum, he's grieving. That'd be so wrong of him. Obviously, he...
You don't know how the absolute horniness of a grieving person could be.
Wouldn't want to smash since he's sad. Well, I'm sorry to tell you,
sad people can still smash.
Freshly deceased soulmate is also incredibly wrong, let alone calling them the same name and letting it raise the fucking kid you had with her. Edwin is not all the way there, and I'm not gonna pretend that it is. If Edwin wants something bad enough, he'll make something that can do it. And as we saw with the tragedy of his deceased son, planning and foresight for his terrible ideas is not his strong suit. This can also be seen in how freakishly strong he made both Big Top and the Mimic. Seriously, Big Top.
Why are they so huge though?
Strong. He's designed to hand out.
He looks like the.
However,
yeah, but he looks like the piano robot and Security Beach.
We had to theorize how close Pit Bonnie and Oswald's mom would be. We already know M1 literally replaced Fiona and Edwin and David.
Should I pause the game audio in the background?
The problem is how Edwin would smash at all. This is Fiona, or Mimic 1. As you can see, she doesn't really have much to work with, does she? Real Fiona and Edwin were very, very in love. So if I were a lonely man with a machine that perfectly emulated that, yeah, I'd probably try to tap too. But the issue is, there is nothing on Mimic 1 that's worth smashing. The meat on her bones, in a quite literal sense. And you at least know what you're getting yourself into with her. The Mimic isn't so clear cut. Or should I say too cleanly cut, because there's nothing there. Honestly, Edwin's own hand
that joke didn't fly. That wasn't funny, bro.
Go better than this clanker. And yes, I know the Mimic wears costumes. The problem is that, from what I've seen, none of these costumes look very smashable. Edwin is a very creative guy. I'm pretty sure if he wanted something bad enough, he'd make a Cleanovac that could do the job for him. I'm sure the Mimic could just put on a blow-up doll or something, and Edwin would be raring to go, or at least something that had holes. That is the only way I see Edwin diving in, because, quite frankly...
Have you never seen a dog hump someone's leg? He could just been humping some of the parts. It doesn't need to be sticking something through something.
There's nothing for Edwin to dive into. Or, I don't know, maybe bro gets pegged. Subscribe, follow, join, dive into.
Last I checked, there's a mouth right there. Last I checked, there's a mouth right there. What do you mean there's nothing for him to put his wee-wee in? There's a mouth right there.
Or,
Case
I
closed.
don't know, maybe bro gets pegged. Subscribe, follow, join, get out of my sight. Special thanks to our...
Well, if you guys want other weird videos that cover weird topics like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share right now, and we'll react to them as long as you guys send the videos.